Good evening. I want to say good evening to everyone who is online, wherever you're watching from, wherever you're situated. I'm saying good evening. I just want to share a little thing with us so we can learn together, improve ourselves together, and grow together. I'm not saying this to you because I'm perfect or because I have arrived or whatever. It's just because there are some of us in life that, if you allow, they will derail from destiny as a result of impatience. Impatience of us. So many tragedies. This is just a short clip that I want to share with us. An excerpt from one of my books that is titled Dynamic Power Buttons for Excellence. So tonight I just want to give us a short clip prior to what I'm about to come up with as my content. I want to start with a little short story of a certain woman who just got married, and all her vision, all her desire was just to get married and start giving birth. And unfortunately for her, she succeeded in getting married. And when she got married, she became in a hurry to start giving birth. The first year, no fruit of the womb. The second year, no fruit of the womb. The third year, no fruit of the womb. And lucky for her, suddenly she conceived. And when she conceived, she became very impatient. In one of the occasions when she went for her antenatal, the doctor gave her a date. And within her, she felt, this date is too long for me. I can't wait. I can't wait. She left the doctor, who counseled with her, gave her the due treatment for her. She left the doctor and went to a quack. And the quack had to administer all manner of wrong medications and wrong advices to her based on what she wanted to hear and what she wanted to happen before its time. And her conception, remember, delayed. Now, she wanted to be quick in delivering. By the time she consulted with the quack now took over and started giving her wrong advices, wrong counseling. And in the course of all this, she had a miscarriage. It was in the course of her miscarriage, she started lamenting, started crying. Oh, why me? Oh God, why me? Oh God, why me? Oh God, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? She lost the baby and almost lost her life. What am I trying to say here? Impatience played a major role to her audio. Impatience played a major role to her audio. After she got advice from a professional, she resorted to going to a quack because the procedure, the time they gave to her, and what they asked her to observe, she felt, this might waste my time. Out of zeal without knowledge, she ran to a quack and started saying, people have been expecting me to give birth since I got married. They've been expecting me to get married, and now I got married. And after I got married, they've been expecting me to give birth, to conceive and give birth. Are you God? You're not God. Based on her own desires, based on her own wish, based on her own hurriness in life, she ran to a quack who unfortunately administered the wrong medications to her and the wrong counseling. She got miscarriage. It was in the course of her miscarriage that she started lamenting, started crying. A process that almost took her own life. She started crying, why me? God, why me? God, why me? God, why me? And remember this. They said, patience is the virtue of the wise. Patience, they said, is the virtue of the wise. My friends out there, I don't know what is your vision. I don't know what is your dream. I don't know your aspirations in life. I don't know what I've been waiting for so much time that you have decided to take a shortcut. Hear me. There's no shortcut to every destination that is worthwhile. Every destination has its own route. And anytime you begin to take a shortcut, you begin to endanger your life. Anytime you decide to take a shortcut, you begin to endanger your life. The place of patience has a major role to play in whatever vision or whatever accomplishment you desire, in whatever mission you want to embark on. If you take away the place of patience, you will start endangering your life. My friends out there, hear me and hear me well. I'm not telling you or I'm not speaking to you because I'm perfect. No. As I'm speaking to you, I'm also speaking to myself. I don't know the kind of friends you have around you. I don't know the kind of advices they give to you. I don't know your aspirations in life. I don't know your dreams. I don't know your visions. I don't know what you have discovered about you that you're trying to hurry up the process for you to manifest. No. There is a process to everything. There is a process to everything. And that is why they always use this theory, due process. When due process is not followed in every situation, in every circumstance, the result will always be what? Regrets, embarrassment, frustration, bitterness, anguish. So if you know you are one of those who has been in a hurry to execute a thing, to embark on a mission and accomplish it your own way, ask yourself, this thing I'm trying to accomplish my own way, is it the right way? There are professionals out there. In every field of endeavor, there are professionals. And that is why the place of mentor is very, very relevant in a person's life. If you're in any profession, there are those who have made it before you. The problem of mankind and the problem of this generation is this. Nobody wants to be mentored in the course of desiring to accomplish a thing or in the course of trying to achieve a thing. The place of mentorship no longer matters to anybody again. There is this thing I always say in the Bible. He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The place of knowledge can never be undermined in everything you want to do. There are those who are more knowledgeable than you in every field of endeavor. No matter how skillful you are, no matter how educated you are, no matter how talented you are, there are those who have attained a certain height in whatever field of endeavor you find yourself today. The problem of most of us is this: lack of humility, lack of having this teachable heart, lack of flexibility. So many of us are rigid in learning. So many of us doesn't want to be taught. So many of us doesn't want to sit at the feet of people to learn. Everybody is in a hurry. I want to get there. I want to get there. I want to get there. But hear this. Life is lived in stages and arrived at in seasons. The stage you are or the season you're operating is a passing through phase to get you to the next level. What matters in the course of every stage and season is this: what were you able to learn from each season, from each situation, from each encounter of your life? Those are the things that will equip you with knowledge. Sometimes you will hear some young bankers or some young men desiring this. I want to be a bank manager. I want to be this. I want to be that. The level you are today is an opportunity. It's an avenue for you to learn, to be equipped, to be more better. so that when you get up there, you will not struggle. Remember this: a king without the desert experience will soon desert his palace when the desert experience will be required of him. Hear me. In everything you want to accomplish in life, there is a process. In every vision you're pursuing, there are those who have accomplished such vision in the past. Because every new history emanates from the existing history. Every new history emanates from the existing history. Every great man emanates from past great men. Nobody becomes great overnight. Nobody becomes great on his or her own. That is why the place of relationship, communication, can never be undermined in a man's life, in a man's destiny. It is imperative we know this, that life is very, very tasking. A man who must fulfill destiny, a man who must reach his height, a man who must reach the zenith of his life must do what? Learn from those who have been there. Anytime you see those who are in a hurry to get a particular destination, watch them. They are bound to crash, because life without instructions will soon crash. The problem of the recent generation is this: nobody wants to learn. Nobody wants to be taught. Nobody wants to be mentored. Nobody wants to sit at the feet of those who have been there to be taught. And that is why the road today is so crowded. Much struggling. Some people struggle with zeal without knowledge. Some people struggle with good intention, wrong manifestation. Some people struggle. They wake up in the morning, I want to achieve this overnight. It's not done like that. Life is not made that way. Life is not made that way. Hear me. If you must accomplish any worthwhile goal, 1, humility. Humility must play a major role in your life. 2, discipline. Discipline must not be undermined. 3, you need to have this teachable heart. When you don't have this teachable heart, nobody can accept you anywhere, because you will always manifest arrogance. And whenever people see you, they see arrogant person. And when everybody begins to see arrogant person, you become a bad influence. I just want to drop this and ask this question. Hear me. The question says this: who is your counselor? How long have you waited or carried out your vision or dream and the desire which you want to abort as a result of bad counselors, bad relationship, arrogance, indiscipline, and impatience? How many great men have you ever heard that reached their goal through impatience? How many great men have you ever heard that succeeded with indiscipline? How many successful men have you read about or seen or heard about that succeeded or accomplished their task through being arrogant? Arrogance, indiscipline. These are ill winds that never blow anyone any good. Impatience kills. Impatience is the killer. Impatience is the virus. Impatience is one thing that you never allow to control your life. Because impatience will always make you to borrow lifestyle. And one of my mentors will always say this: when a man does not know where he is going, others will detect directions for him. A man who lacks direction will always follow that other people's direction. A man who is not disciplined will always borrow a lifestyle. And by the time you keep borrowing lifestyle that is not suitable to your life, that cannot fit into your kind of destiny, that cannot fit in into the kind of cycle you find yourself, just because you want to make it out of impatience, just because you want to be like others whom you didn't know the process they follow to get to where they are operating from. Overnight, you saw them, you became zealous, very ambitious. You want to be like them. You want to beat their record. You want to do this. You want to do this. Life is not governed with impatience. Life revolves around patience. And that is why they always tell you, patience, they say, is the virtue of the wise. Patience, they say, is the virtue of the wise. I just want to drop this with these few minutes. I'm preparing to be coming live and to be dropping my content for us to learn and grow together. I'm still a young man who is still struggling to get to my destination. I'm a man still on course to achieve the things that are lined up for me. Most of us have rich potentials, but not most of us will accomplish what we have or accomplish our missions. Why? There are those who will drop by the wayside as a result of what? Weakness of the spirit. There are those who will be dropped by the wayside as a result of bad friends, bad companies, finding themselves in the wrong clusters. There are those who will drop as a result of what? Cowardice. There are those who will drop as a result of what? Arrogance. Name them. Those are negative vices that can stop a man with a great vision, great aspirations. Your dream is not enough to carry you through in the absence of humility, discipline, and patience. Nobody wants to die poor. Nobody wants to die small. But the question is this: do you have what it takes to make it big? Do you have what it takes to get your desired destination? Do you have what it takes to be the person you want to be? Do you have what it takes to achieve what you are desiring to achieve? Don't say, "Barb me, this kind of hair." They barb James. Is your head like that of James? You have to be your real self. Ziegler said something. He said the most frustrating thing in life is for you to try to be like another person. That is the most frustrating thing in life. And the easiest thing in life is to be your original person. Be who you are created to be. That is originality. I drop you here tonight. Ask yourself some questions. Am I on the right course? The pace I'm following, the process I'm taking, will it lead me to my destination? Hear me, I earlier said, every destination that is worthwhile has its own roots. If you deviate from the right route, you fall into the hand of the wrong people. You fall out of the way. And by the time you fall out of the way, frustration, bitterness will set in. And that is not my wish for you. My wish is to what? To see you become the person whom you are created to be. You might be born into poverty, but you're not born poor. You might be born into frustration, but you're not born with frustration. Did you know why you are born into poverty? Because there were those in the past who didn't do what they were supposed to do right. That is why you are born into that place. And in as much as you have been brought into that family, you are the liberator of that family. You are the liberator of that family. I challenge you. It's a task. Mark my word. You are the liberator of that family. And I don't wish you to die small. You will die big, my brother. My sister, you will hit it. But what? Remember patience. Remember due process. Remember the right association. Remember discipline. Remember humility. By the time you want to embark on a journey, take the needed things for that journey. Every journey has its own requirements. Where are you going to? And what are the things you need to go with you? These are the questions. Answer yourself these questions. And as you tell yourself the truth will set you free. Thank you and good night. I will see you again.